We noticed on Wei Jie, on his face, he has a birthmark, and Wei Jie actually jokes about it. He says it like kind of looks like a shit stain, but of course there's nothing wrong with having a birthmark, right? Like what's repulsive is the rest of his face. One day I just got a Facebook message from someone that said, hey, I'm from Papua New Guinea, and the Prime Minister of Papua New Guinea wants you to perform for him, and he wants to fly you into Papua New Guinea and all that stuff. So when you get a random Facebook message like that, and it's from a country that you never even thought of, you never even thought you had an audience like Papua New Guinea, and my first sense was, is this a scam? I am a comedian without my two front teeth. Ask me anything. I'm missing friend. Short story is like, I don't know if I should give it. Well, short story is I got drunk and fell down, but you want to hear the longer version, come to my show. Hi, my name is Jinx Yeo. I'm 41. I'm a Singaporean stand-up comedian. Performing has been different during COVID. Even if you have a live show nowadays, it has to be socially distanced, which is not as good for comedy, because comedy works best when the audience is kind of crammed together in a small space and they laugh, the laughter spreads, but because laughter is contagious, right? But unfortunately, COVID is also contagious. You can probably catch me at this show called Happy Ever Laughter, the Multi-Comedian Task Force. This is a show where I'm performing alongside a lot of Singapore's top comedians like Fakar Fas, Rishi Budrani, Gurmit Singh, Shah Rukh Chana, yes, Broadway Bing, lots of Singapore's top comedians. Comedy scene in Singapore is a lot more of a community, and that's the same thing I find pretty much everywhere I go, because everyone has to develop their own unique sense, their own unique style. You're not really competing with each other. When you perform together on a show, you're complementing each other rather than competing against each other. What I hear from audiences is that they find me kind of deadpan, even though I don't try to be deadpan.
And we Chinese guys, we don't hit puberty until we're 29.
I guess you can say that's what people find about my style, but personally, I try to be as open to trying new things as possible. So I don't think any topic is out of bounds. Sometimes I try to write about a topic that is somewhat difficult to talk about, and you take a difficult topic and then somehow you break it down and make people look at it a different way such that they can laugh at it. That's not easy to do.
I'm glad you all like that one. Because I once did that bit, and then a British guy in the audience got offended. He got offended at a comedy show. So I just said to him, well, dude, if your ancestors can take our land, then why can't you take a joke? At least the joke was given willingly.
I didn't really set out to be a comedian. It was actually kind of an accident, because I've always been very shy, very introverted, and sometimes I would say things and be funny, but I wasn't really like the joker or anything like that. Or sometimes I get bullied when you're young, you have coping mechanisms, so humor was kind of that coping mechanism for me. So comedy is not like an obvious career choice for me. It was by accident, there was this one time I went to a comedy open mic, and then after the show, the MC said, hey, if anybody wants to give comedy a try, just talk to me after the show. So I thought I'll give it a try. I thought I'd try it once because I wanted to overcome my stage fright, not be so shy, not be so introverted. So I tried it once, but then I enjoyed it enough that I thought, hey, maybe I'll do it another time. I went back the second time and then the third time, and soon I was doing it regularly. Comedy is not like some other, like let's say, if you look at music, if you like a song, you can listen to the same song over and over again and you still enjoy it. Whereas comedy, if you listen to a joke once and then you listen to it over and over again, the surprise is gone and you don't tend to enjoy it that much anymore. So there's an aspect of comedy where you have to keep coming up new material, you have to keep constantly refreshing your act. That is a very challenging part of comedy, I think. I've had a lot of memorable shows. I guess one that stands out is this one time I got a Facebook message from someone that said, hey, I'm from Papua New Guinea, and the Prime Minister of Papua New Guinea wants you to perform for him, and he wants to fly you into Papua New Guinea and all that stuff. So when you get a random Facebook message like that and it's from a country that you never even thought of, you never even thought you had an audience like Papua New Guinea, and my first sense was, is this a scam, right? Is somebody trying to scam me to get me to Papua New Guinea and then kidnap me or something like that? But it turns out it was real. I did end up performing to the Prime Minister of Papua New Guinea. It was a very enjoyable experience, but that was memorable to me just because of the lead up and just me being paranoid and wondering if it was a scam. So. Usually the first version of a joke you write is really bad, it's not funny at all. And so it takes maybe a few months to come out with a really good joke. So it always feels good when you say something and people laugh. So when all that work pays off, that's very satisfying. And also there's the intellectual aspect of it where if you have an idea and finally you're able to find a way to communicate it to the crowd such that they get it, there's no such thing as making it. The more I do comedy, the more I feel like, there's always somewhere further to go. So.